So this is going to be a playthrough on how to play Berserker in Happy Wars. So first thing off, you want to get weapons that are the highest degree and upgrade them to level 10. And then from there, you're going to want to make sure at the start of every game, if you don't have a cheer, you're going to want to see if anybody has a cheer, and they always pull it off in the center circle. And you're going to want to get into that by hitting the Y button, and that's going to drop you into the cheer party. And then they won't actually execute it until after the game starts, and it'll instantly level you up. As you can see, I'm already level 3, and the game's already started, and nothing's happened yet. And the other great way to level up is trying to get the towers in the very beginning. Sometimes people rush them, and they don't get into the cheer circle, so you can't always grab those. And otherwise, you're going to kind of just want to assess the situation. If you have really good weapons and equipment, you can kind of just go in and terrorize people and start spinning. Berserker, the main meat of the skill, is going to be spinning. I found that I like the Rocket Man tactic. That one's pretty good too if you find a bunch of a cluster of them. Maybe if they're building the tower or something and you're kind of by yourself, you can kind of go in and blow them up. And if you have a really high-powered weapon, you can destroy several of them. If you don't have a high-powered weapon, I would almost just consider playing Cleric a lot. Cleric, you're more of a support role and the weapon doesn't matter quite as much, so you just kind of hang back and heal. And that's the one class that doesn't require a great weapon. Same thing with the mage. If you have a mage, you're not going to be able to one-shot anybody with an electrical strike if you don't have a 1300, 1400 damage weapon. That's going to be the main problem with this game. There's lots of farming and other issues. And it's hard to play some of the damaging classes until you get really good weapons. Of course, if you are a low level, a lot of people are in the same boat as you, so it's still okay. But once you get to a little bit higher level, it's going to start to get tough. And everybody's going to have high weapons, and it's who has the best defense and other abilities. And you'll see everybody with 1400 damage weapons. So if you get pulled into a game like that, you might just be better off supporting the team, healing them as a cleric. I find that I can get lots of points, especially if you have the cheer buff playing cleric. Sitting in the back, it makes your AP spawn a lot faster and recharge, so you'll be able to heal people left and right. But in this case, we're just showing you how to play Berserker. It's a lot of hit and run. If somebody supports you with dash, that's going to be one of the best things you can get supported with. You can actually catch people when you have that on. When you're actually attacking the tower, you're going to want to go for the door unless somebody's building a ladder or something. I like to go for the door, and if anybody drops that down and somebody's trying to build a battering ram, I try and keep them off. There's a lot of teamwork in the game. So that's one of the main skills, is just kind of like being aware, some situational awareness right there. As you can tell, like I wasn't able to tell if that was not where the ramp was. Some of the maps are very colorful. One of the other great tactics, I don't have it unlocked in this game here, but Rush, as we just saw that guy come hauling by, he's able to knock people down. So you can see he has a 1449 weapon right there for attack damage. That's just huge. I don't have either weapon that's that high. But Rush, if you're playing on a map where there's lots of ledges, using Rush or the knockback ability and just knocking somebody off, there's no easier way to kill them. Or the Rocket Man perk actually will disperse people. And those are really good just to kind of knock them off. The other good thing is the double spinning blades. If you can kind of corner them, you can kind of just push them off because they just keep falling backwards. That's a good one. On my weapons I have Stun and Crush. Crush is kind of nice because it knocks them up into the air and you can kind of juggle them. It's kind of random and it happens once in a while. But it's really nice. They'll just keep hopping in the air and they literally can't do anything. There's a lot of times in this game where you'll get hit and there's nothing you can do. You're just going to die. One of those is the lightning effect that the mage uses. It slows you down. A lot of the computers have it where it sucks your attack power out of you. And there's nothing you can do. You just kind of like try and wander off. But you're going so slow, you normally die before you can get away. It's a giant pain. One of the great moves as a Berserker or Warrior class is forward and X. And that allows you to actually do that little thrust where you kind of rush forward. And that actually moves you slightly quicker than you would if you were just walking. And then it's also good to catch people who are trying to run away. And it does a fair amount of damage, I would say. And then at the death screen, it always lets you see what items the other people have when you die if you hit the X button. It's a little prompt in the left bottom hand corner. I would recommend checking that out just so you know what you're up against, because sometimes I like to gauge that. I've been playing a lot of the challenge lately, trying to unlock some of the weapons, and a lot of the times if there's really high level people in the group, I'll just play cleric and hang back, and I'm like, oh well, they have a lot more damage than I do, I'll be better off this way. And when they're rushing in there like that, you can get a lot of points when they're taking damage all over. So the other great thing is the little weapon throw. It does a sizable amount of damage, especially depending on what they have. Oh, the other thing is you can see defense and magic defense, what they have. That kind of determines my playing class when you look at their stats when you're dead. If they have almost no magic defense, it's worth switching over to mage if you have a slightly good weapon. They take a lot more damage than they would otherwise. And yeah, that weapon throw is really good for getting at them at range. I definitely prefer it sometimes. It takes a lot of your attack power bar though. But when you're playing humans, it's good because they're kind of flighty and things. So it's just like mad chaos right now in the middle of this. It's kind of hard to say. Sometimes you'll get some good clerics on your team. You usually resurrect it a lot, so I just try and stay in the fray of things. But otherwise, if there's towers, I like to play mage once in a while. I switch classes frequently throughout the game. I'll switch to mage when there's towers up and they're building little cannons and arrow towers. Those are easy one-shot kills if you get a lightning strike on there and you have a high enough power weapon. It just destroys it and instantly kills the person who's on top of it, even if a lightning strike normally wouldn't kill them. So I definitely like playing that. And then it'll throw up achievements on the left of allies. If they build towers, they're on killing streaks, different things. There's a lot of different achievements. Something you should look out for is trying to complete the missions. That'll get you happy tickets in the game, which allows for weapon upgrades through the happy packs. Happy packs are definitely cream of the crop. I've gotten lots of good weapons and other items out of there. Especially once you unlock some star fragments. Those are nice, and you can start to get premium weapons. Totally worth it. And then you can start getting above 1,000 damage in them easily. So that's a good little tutorial on how to play Berserker. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments down below. I'm happy to help and assist you in any way I can. And that's going to be it for the tutorial.